are happy with everybody, but still it's too soon for us and for all the teams. The preseason is not good with the players that arrive late and some injuries that we have, and we need more time, but the mentality and the quality of our players is very good.
What kind of game do you expect from both ends on the floor tonight from your players, and what will be key to win this one?
It's going to be a tough game. Limoges is a very physical team. They play a hard defense, very aggressive, and we have to be ready for this kind of games and sure try to play good basketball, pass the ball, try to rebound, try to run. We need to make a complete game.
Thank you, Eric.
Well, BAXI Manresa, see Branco Badio, the Senegalese international. They talked about Giordano Bortolani. Well, guess what? He was the Basketball Champions League Young Player of the Year last year, playing with Treviso. And he has left Italy to join Manresa to play not only the Basketball Champions League, but also in the Spanish top flight, so trying to take his game to the highest level, and certainly will have a big role for this team, which needs its good perimeter shooters. Here's Massimo Cancellieri, the Limoges coach.
Your basketball is lived in a special way. People really do love basketball. So Europe, it's a plus. It's been a plus. And I hope, even if it's tough for us this year, and I hope we can give, back some feeling, some emotion about, the participation of this, not club, but this city in Europe.
You're off to a rough start in the French Championship. I think so. But you said that the team were making progress on defense, and you guys needed patience. Is that what you feel?
Yes, the way we build the team and the way we are working, I guess it's brings to a longer process. Okay, I'm happy that our management and us, and also the players as well, they understand that the process is longer. Okay, it's normal that losing games is not a good start for nobody, and the only thing I would like not to happen is that we don't lose confidence, after this start. But it's been a 1 week, 3 games, 3 losses. Okay, let's say that I see in 1 week already some good step ahead. Okay, and I would like today to see one more. That's enough for us.
Have a good game.
Well, you look at Limoges and Coach Cancellieri talking about their tough start to the season. We'll get into that, but Javon Graves, Wilfred Yegete, Mohamed Sidibe, the Mali international, Javante Hawkins, Nicholas Long, the captain, Hugo Designet, Wes Clark, Mathieu Wojciechowski, all the way down. Very good roster. We'll talk more about that in a second. But yes, while Manresa have started this season with a 1-1 record in Spain, Limoges are slow out of the gate in France, losing their first 3 games. But management is patient. Apparently, according to the coach, and the players understand that they need to keep getting better, and they need to use this as a building block. And really, you can't afford to lose games in the group phase of the Basketball Champions League. You need to pick up as many wins as possible, and you definitely can't lose games at home. You need to protect that home court and make sure you win those home games, or else you're going to be, you're going to have your back against the wall. You need to win this group, or you need to finish second or third to get into the play-in for the round of 16. So Pedro Martinez, he knows what it's all about. He's been there, he's done that, just had an incredible season last year. Coach of the Year, was outstanding, and he's hoping that it's going to be another good season. But it's a big ask to think that Manresa will make it back to the Final Four, particularly with so many new faces. However, there is some continuity with Pedro Martinez. There is some continuity with some of the players that have come back, and you can only hope, if you're a Manresa fan, that the new guys are going to make a huge difference to playing alongside the Danny Garcias and Guillaume Joes, Danny Perez, and Marcus Steinbergs. Steinberg, excuse me, Elias Valtonen, and Wampi Valet. So a lot of the big names, of course, Chima Moneke now in the NBA playing with Sacramento. So he was the player of the year from Manresa. For Limoges, their players being introduced here, and again, Pedro Martinez is not looking past them despite their slow start to the season. He knows this is going to be a very physical game for his Manresa outfit, and they are excited, I think, to begin another campaign. And you see the great refereeing crew that we've got tonight, and Pedro Martinez and Coach Cancellieri shaking hands. You see Massimo Valeri there, the assistant to Coach Cancellieri, legendary figure in Italian basketball, played in the Italian national team, of course, that finished third at the FIBA Eurobasket in 2003 against all expectations when they upset France in that bronze medal game, and also helped Italy immensely as they won the silver medal at the Olympics the following year in Athens. Paulo Marques, Zdravko Rudicic, and Anastasios Kardaris from Portugal, Montenegro, and Greece, respectively. They are the referees for this game. And the two players we wanted to highlight, Hawkins and Harding. And you can see these two guys we fully expect to have a big impact on this game tonight. Javante Hawkins, both in terms of his ball handling and his scoring, and of course Jared Harding, who we've seen the past couple of seasons playing for Nymburk. So this is really a big step up for him coming into this situation. So Manresa starting tonight with Harding, Elias Valtonen, the Finn, who just played at the FIBA Eurobasket, in fact, made it to the quarterfinals with Finland. Juan Valet played at the AmeriCup. Justin Hamilton is back in Europe, and Danny Perez. Hamilton played for Pedro Martinez when he was coaching in Valencia. So Pedro Martinez knows exactly what he's getting from Justin Hamilton. And Hamilton was All-Star 5 caliber player, ideal quintet or top 5 players when he was in Spain before, and has NBA experience. For Limoges, it'll be Wilfried Yegete, Javante Hawkins, Nicolas Long, the France international, Wes Clark, and Desi Rodriguez in the starting 5.
Don't believe that it's either or. Okay, it's a game of sacrifices. Offensively, start with 10. We go like this.
Massimo Cancellieri, again, the head coach of this Limoges team. Hoping they can come out strong tonight here at home and try to start getting some wins and building some momentum.
Inside, okay, Wes. And stay here. Still the one-on-one. Don't force it. Don't create it. And then that is the idea is to go to the basket and you create, and not the short roll. Okay? Hey, let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, next for low post, weak. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
So Limoges back in the Basketball Champions League after making their debut back in the 2020-21 campaign, whereas Manresa finished second in fact, it was third as they finished, not second, third in the 2021-22 season. Giordano Bortolani earning the Basketball Champions League Best Young Player, again, award last year. Excuse me, Manresa did finish second. I'm getting myself confused here. 98-87, falling to Lenovo Tenerife. They won in their semifinal against MHP Rees in Lewisburg, 63-55. And, of course, Tenerife winning their second title. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Limoges, France. This is the Basketball Champions League. We are underway here in Limoges. Limoges winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the right of your screen. And coming right out, and Nicola Long missing from the left corner. Jared Harding with the rebound, hands it off to the experienced point guard of Manresa, Perez, and now down low, and Baulet puts it up and in. So first 2 points for Manresa getting out. And it'll be imperative for Limoges now to come down and get a bucket. Long, having missed the first. And being swatted from behind Hamilton, but fouled. So free throws here early on. For Rodriguez. And the first free throw is good. Second, so we're knotted here at the start of this game. There's Valet. Played for the Argentina team that won the FIBA America Cup this summer over Brazil in Brazil, 75-73 in the final. Valentin missing down low, and then Hamilton fouled underneath. So, calling the foul on Clark. And Hamilton missing with his first attempt. You can see a lot of rowdy Limoges fans here tonight. Creating some good atmosphere. Hamilton misses both, in fact. And the ball took a little journey around the rim and came out. Clark lets it fly from deep, and Perez rebounds the miss, brings it up the floor. Here he is, putting it up and drilling the three-pointer. Well, such a crucial figure last year for this team. And he's really going to be counted on to provide a lot of leadership and probably some scoring. We've already seen him hit that three. Now here he is getting it up to Valet. He tries to get it to Hamilton. And Valet stepped out of bounds. So a good hustle by Limoges to get back on defense. And it was Desi Rodriguez that made that the difficult play to execute for Manresa. Long gets it back to Yegate. Now into the corner, and Valentin hands it off to Perez. Hamilton goes up. And denied by a shaky start from big number 41, Justin Hamilton. Now the ball knocked away. Here's Harding in the open floor. He races up and puts it. Oh, Valentin hustles down and scores with the putback. Well, that was a big-time play from Elias Valentin. And there's a following the mist, and Harding slowed it up. Looked like he was going to try to get the foul called. Might have been able to get down there a little bit quicker to make the layup, but it was good hustle from Manresa, who now leads 7-2. Clark hands it off to Long, now from the corner. And Again, it's Rodriguez, but he misses. So Yekate goes out. And the basket is good for Limoges, so clawing back to within 3 points. Perez from the elbow, silky smooth. It's Hawkins that scored at the other end for Limoges. So back to a 9-4 lead for Manresa. And powering his way up and scoring is Desi Rodriguez. Harding puts it up, and it's long, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's been an exciting week in the Basketball Champions League already. Karşıyaka winning at home over Ike in Turkey. Winning at Hamburg, and of course we mentioned Benfica in this group, Group F, winning at VF Riga 89-76. That was today. Some other big games yesterday as well. Pedisteri with V-Span, Vasilis Spanoulis winning his first game as the head coach. Darshafika falling in a thriller at Hapoel Jerusalem. Nicola Long missing from a long way out, but Manresa not able to control the rebound, and that leads to another opportunity. And look at that there, crashing the boards. Rodriguez passes it back outside again. Oh, great hustle that time, and that's going to make the coach happy, seeing his team so active. Darren Govins so active on the offensive rebounds, offensive boards. Now Hamilton missing it from a long way out. And Pedro Martinez, his hands wide open. What are we doing out here? He's going to come out of the game. Limoges driving in. Oh, good defense. The hands up. The rejection. Now quickly Valtonen on the break and the reach. And Steinbergs is in as well for Manresa, and I believe it was Gavin Schilling, the German international, that has reached in and committed the foul. So Garcia is going to come back into the game. Franco Badio also in the game right now for Manresa. Valtonen goes to the line and makes the first. See Govins over there getting an explanation from the referee. It's really exciting to see so many national team players out here. Valtonen, once again, he was playing for Finland along with Lauri Markkanen and the Susi Yengi. They had their great run to the quarterfinals where they ultimately lost to defending, or rather to the champions, Spain, eventual winners Spain. Now Govins bringing it up the floor, guarded by Garcia. He tries to throw it up to Schilling, and Schilling comes down awkwardly. So he's getting up and walking it off. He tried to challenge big Marcus Lee, and we're going to have a break in the action. Official review. They want to see if there is any type of unsportsmanlike. Let's listen in. So they're trying to decide if he's undercut him or not, but I didn't see that. Looks like it'll just be a normal foul, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what they call. No, they do call the unsportsmanlike, so it'll be 2 shots and possession. So he was not making a basketball play, or he was moving. A bit of a dangerous play. So anyway, Schilling goes to the line and makes the first. So the foul's on Steinberg's rather, excuse me. And he makes 1 of 2. So that's why it wasn't on Marcus Lee, it was on Steinberg's. Puts it up. Oh, incredible finish. What a shot from Nicola Long. Kind of leaned into it. He was trying to get some contact, and he's able to get the shot off, and good shooters get those rolls, and he is definitely a good shooter, Nicola Long. Valtonen from a long way out, and good hustle from Manresa. Marcus Lee back outside to Garcia. Bounce pass, Valtonen again, now from the wing on the right. And great work down low from Marcus Lee. Well, it's not often that you see a three-pointer fall like that. But Limoges will take him any way they can get him right now. A great little response for them. Steinberg's, Colombian, hands it off to Garcia. And great quick hands from Javon Graves. Takes it away from Branco Badio, the Senegalese international. That was great defense. Great defense from number 3. Quick hands. Govins crosses midcourt. Badio guarding him. Now the ball by Badio, who joined Manresa at the end of last season. Of course, he had been with Barcelona through their youth system and gone to play for Frankfurt Skyliners. So interesting substitution now. Giordano Bortolani comes into the game, and do not be surprised if he puts the ball up whenever and wherever. He is a great shooter. 3-point shot is good. Wow. Govins. Now Badio gets in, kicks it out to the right corner, and the three-pointer is good from Bortolani right off the bench. Nicola Long spins, turns. Well, the fact that he got a little bit of help from the rim on that first three-pointer, the ball bouncing up, he saw it fall through the hoop, and now he is off and running. Nicola Long with 5 points. Oh, Badio. And Badio has it knocked out of his hands, or maybe just slipped out of his hands, and Long has it. Now they get to the baseline. Good hands from Branko Badio. Long showing that soft touch. And the drive, and a little hustle getting it back. Wojciechowski in the game, number 22. And here's Schilling. Steinberg's with the rebound. Now Garcia has it. Very tight contest here in Limoges, France, between Limoges and BAXI Manresa. And Garcia off the front of the iron goes now into the hands of Govins. Long with a turnaround. 7 points for Nicola Long, and the lead goes to 20-16. Pedro Martinez wants to talk it over with his players. On the back foot here early.
Okay, yeah, but then, okay, do something. Do something. If he scores, go for trap. Vamos, okay, rebote. Vamos, solo cuando no va nadie coges el rebote. Va. Need to set better sprints. Better sprint, no sleep. Catch and roll. Okay? And in defense, 1, 2 dribbles, and then make a layup. Okay? Or a pull up, we don't contest. When you want to start the defense? When he has the ball or before?
So Pedro Martinez, a little bit frustrated here at the start, and there's Manresa. Bortolani gets it over to Harding and then out to Steinbergs. And he's in a good spot. Now Govins. And the alley pass out there. The flush from Schilling. The high flyer, the German international. Now Harding, Manresa down 6, and Limoges had a foul to give, so they burn it with 4.9 seconds remaining. Wojciechowski calling the play. Look at the lob. Govins with the assist, and Schilling just sky high for the flush. Now the pass down low to Lee, over to Harding. Gets a little bit of space. And it's off the front of the iron, and that's going to be it for the first quarter. So impressive response by Limoges, going up against last year's beaten finalist, BAXI Manresa. They lead it 22-16 at the end of one. Limoges, three balls, one more than Manresa, 5 of 9 inside the arc, and they've got the early lead. Well, the way things started for Manresa, that looked promising. Valette, the Argentine international, scoring down low. Then you had Perez coming out, and the veteran playmaker making some shots. You had Harding hustling down, waiting, couldn't get the drop, but great hustle by Valtonen to score with a putback. But Limoges started to assert themselves, and not only pulled level, but ended up taking the first quarter lead, and they are in dire need of some wins here in Limoges as they try to get on track, having lost their first 3 games of the season. This was the play right here that really kind of started it going. What a shot this is. Look at that. You can't make it up. Long leaning into one and getting it to bounce high off the rim. It was a nice answer by Bortolani, hitting the 3. Goes long again. Once he had that 3-pointer drop, he was definitely in go time mode. Tyson Perez checks into the game for the first time for Manresa, number 4. Perez over to Harding on the baseline, and Harding gets it to drop. So it's Bortolani, Harding, Perez, Tyson Perez, Danny Perez, and Bortolani, and Marcus Lee. And Graves, Yegete, Hawkins, Wojciechowski, and Govins on the court for Limoges. Hawkins leans in and scores. Good follow through from Hawkins. Harding from a long way out. Hawkins down the baseline, kicks it out to Wojciechowski. And good reach in and taking it away. Bortolani. Perez back to Bortolani. Had his feet set. Now Tyson Perez looking to go. And he's going to go strong to the basket. Well, it looked slightly awkward at first, but Tyson Perez was able to go right at Wojciechowski. So they say the foul was before the shot. So unlucky for Perez. Danny Perez launching it from way out. Justin Hamilton back into the game and bats it out, but they've called a foul. Limoges. Tyson Perez, born in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. We all know the Dominican Republic, they've got great basketball players. And they tried to feed it down low to Hamilton, but well guarded. Now Hawkins again. Got the size advantage on Harding. And he kind of loses control, but he's fouled. Harding picks up his first foul. Casellieri barking out the orders from the sideline. What must it be like to be in his shoes? Really solid coach, but his team has a tough start to the season. He's just got to keep working hard. His team is showing something right now, coming out, and Desi Rodriguez putting it up with the left hand and scoring. Here's Perez, drives in, and they're going to count it. How about that? Tyson Perez. Well, they gave it to the big fella, and he drives in and scores. He was definitely risking a charge there. May have been fortunate to get the call in his favor. No, excuse me, they have not called. They called a foul on Perez. So he did not get away with it. Yeah, it looked like they were well set. Manresa trailing by 8 points. On the dump down low to Yegete. And to keep it alive, Perez comes down with a rebound. Danny Perez ends up taking a tough shot. Hamilton tries to battle away, can't get the basketball. The turnaround, and Perez with the rebound, goes behind his back. Tyson Perez catches it, and a reach and a foul called first on Govins. Clark returns to the game. And his team has an 8-point lead. Certainly a strength of that Limoges team is that backcourt. Govins looks very much the part. Harding gets in, misses from mid-range. Very tough early going here from Manresa. This first half has not been good. Harding, and now an unsportsmanlike foul called. Looked like the steal had been made, and then Desi Rodriguez reaches in and grabs hold of the arm of Harding. You could always go and look at it. I mean, he definitely grabbed it. Didn't hold it for long. Maybe just the break that Manresa need to get back in this a little bit. They've been reeling. They needed something. So they will keep possession as well after that unsportsmanlike foul. So Bortolani goes back out of the game, and in comes Valtanen. Perez pulls up at the elbow, and another shot for Danny Perez, the point guard. Well, missing it with Wes Clark, and another chance now for Manresa. Perez. His lob inside and knocked out of the hands of Hamilton. I think he was fouled. Well, the defense wasn't too bad from Nicola Long. Looks like he's hurt himself, maybe turned his ankle. They called the foul on Wes Clark, in fact. So timeout Limoges.
Listen, give him some space. Why after? Hey, stop doing what solo. It's not fade away. Go in the paint and pass. Go in the paint. Don't pull up. But go. Attack this big, Scazzo. We did it a great job. We go to the basket to screen. To score. Or give him the ball and then we stop for one reason. There is no reason. Hey, next offense. And the regular. For him. Let's go. Yes, for Nico. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, really, it's a key point in the game. Limoges really close to taking a vice-like grip on this game. And Manresa coming back into it, trailing now by 3. They can close it to a 2-point game if Hamilton makes the second free throw. And he does. Tell you, that look on Pedro Martinez's face, I think, says it all. He knows his team needs to get back in practice, work on a few things. Here goes Long. Driving in, oh, beautiful play. Just wide open path to the basket for Nicola Long. Oh boy, Garcia drilling it from a long way out. Or Perez, excuse me. 10 points for Perez. Hawkins drives in, is swatted by Hamilton. Schilling follows up. He's blocked as well. Now Manresa can reclaim the lead. Oh boy, Valpin, and the ball just slipped out of his hands. And then racing down and throwing it down. Javon Graves. Goodness me, what hops, what explosiveness. Perez obviously feeling it. The reaction from the bench said it all. Martinez probably can't wait to get to halftime. He wants to talk to his players. Traveling is the call, so that three-pointer that was made by Graves is not going to count. Look at that. Boy, what an explosive play by Graves. Right in the face of Perez. Tyson Perez. Goes back in the game, really pestering Danny Perez. You know, on the baseline, and Hamilton. Not a great debut for him in the Basketball Champions League. Franco Badio picks up the basketball now. He's an excellent shooter. Hasn't put anything up yet. Oh, boy, the ball over the head of Valtonen. You get the feeling the halftime can't come soon enough for that man right there. He is frustrated beyond belief. He had so many options last year. Thomason, Moneke, Luke May, Sylvain Francisco. All these guys are gone now. And the reach and the foul on Valtonen. Schilling will go to the free throw line. And Marcus Lee back in the game for Hamilton. Schilling makes 1 of 2. Harding from a long way out, and boy, Violet had the basketball and fell out of his hands. And the pass intended from Hawkins to Schilling. 2:38 on the shot clock. Remember, this is game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League. Limoges playing in this competition for the 2nd time in their history. Manresa, meanwhile, back after making to the Final Four last season, where they fell against Spanish rivals Lenovo Tenerife in the title game. Hawkins missing from deep, but the long rebound goes to Graves. Govins. Wide open, Hawkins drilling the three-pointer. Harding with a little runner. Stops the bleeding from Manresa. Govins whips it to the corner. And Valet can't chase it down. Graves got to it, and there is another basket. This one by Schilling. So the lead back to 7. Timeout. Let's go down to that Manresa bench.
Many second chance. Unnecessary help. This 3-point. Hey, was weak. Pick and roll. Okay, then penetrate. Pass to the corner and 3. Pecho. Hey, Pecho. Set good screens. Okay, see. Maybe you have to play long. Okay, see. Venga, vamos, venga. Go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go,
Ugalon checks into the game for the first time tonight. The masked Crusader hurt. Has to wear the protection because of an injury to a shot to the face. Now Harding. We heard Coach Martinez talking about his players and he needs to start setting some screens. So there's the high pick and the roll, but Mojrek will. And how about that from Garcia? Drilling a three-pointer right at the end of the shot clock. Harding takes it away. And they were in a rush trying to get something quickly and couldn't control it. And Garcia committed the foul. So another timeout. This time it's Limoges. Let's go down to their bench.
Okay, and you are for Coach Costa. You still play the four. Okay, we play stack for Nick from the zipper. Zipper stack. We do like this. You bring the ball on offense. Okay, you play the zipper. Nico comes. Foreman stays here. Javonte, you stay here. Okay, sorry. Javonte. You stay here. Who's the other one? No, he's here. Ugo, Lan, you play the four. And you just stay here. Okay? You play the after the zip. Javonte, you stay out. Okay, Jerry. Jerry is bringing the ball right here. And the five-man comes to him. And he is stuck for a Nico. Okay? I play the big stack for you. Give this one. One, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Hold up.
Okay, 44.2 seconds remaining here in the first half. A little bit of momentum at stake. Govins has in the backcourt, faces the double team, and they do not handle that press break well at all. Hawkins catches it, then turns it over. So good play by Manresa. Garcia runs the play. Harding into the paint, puts it up off the glass. And it's back to a two-point game. Remember, it was Limoges that called that last time out, so Manresa were able to set up a little bit of full-court pressure, and it paid dividends. Now a 6-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. See if Manresa can force another one. Nice pass to the cutter, however, and Govins scores. Now the final 10 seconds. Harding. And Govins picks up the foul, so free throws coming for Harding. And interesting to see if indeed there are 2.9 seconds left on the clock. Not a great foul to give away. Oh boy. Harding gets one of two. got to hurry. They've got just enough time to put it up. They get it off. That was just short from Ugalon. Limoges lead BAXI Manresa at halftime, 38-35.
Quick reaction. Just a quick reaction after 20 minutes. Are you happy with how it's going on?
I mean, I think this half was theirs, and we have a couple things to do better, and we can push the pace a little bit more, and take care of the ball.
Thank you. Thank you. Will, it's been very intense first 20 minutes. Are you happy where you're at? Because you're up.
We are hard. I think it could be a little better defensively. It's a tough game, two good teams, so we have to do a better job in the second half, especially defensively, to stop them and make sure we get the win.
But you're happy about the way it's going on so far?
Yes, I think we started them pretty well. Ups and downs again, but overall, I think we started. I think we can be better, but we started.
Thank you.
So 3 more makes inside the arc for Limoges, and really that's the difference. Limoges 5 more rebounds, 7 of those on the offensive glass, and just 9 more assists. That's quite striking. 11 assists for Limoges, just 2 from Manresa. Govins has 10, Long 9, Hawkins 7. So here's a look back at the first half highlights. And that first basket for Valette. Perez, outstanding. Clearly Manresa expecting or hopeful of getting a lot of offense from Harding. Now Limoges coming out being very good, very physical in this first half, and doing a good job of getting their noses in front. Each team with 8 points off turnovers, and big difference, Limoges 10 second chance points to just 2 for Manresa. And obviously getting a lot more points in the paint. They've got 14 compared to 6 for Manresa. And what's also noticeable is the depth of Limoges, 18 points coming from the bench, just 6 for BAXI Manresa. So Limoges lead it 38-35 over BAXI Manresa, the team that made it all the way to the final last season in Bilbao. We've got another exciting 20 minutes to come up. Stick around, folks. Get a tea and be right back and join us for the second half.
you're down a couple of points. What do you need to know? Maybe you run the floor. When you run the floor at the beginning, it was maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, we don't have balance in our rotations, and yes, we have to try to play a little bit more physical to be at the same level that them and rebound better. Finally, we need to play better, to pass the ball better. A lot of things that we have to do better if we want to win.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. What do you need to do to keep it up this way for the next 20 minutes?
We just need to fix a couple of things on defense, mostly to stop their guards. And on offense, you have to be smart to create the space to attack, because when we are in the right space on the floor, we can attack well and we can break the defense.
Thank you.
Well, you heard the coaches talking about, what they felt like the first half, especially for Pedro Martinez, needing more balance, whether it was getting out and running on the fast break, just having better performance coming off the bench. I mean, just everything. It just looks like this Manresa team not in sync. And really with Coach Castiglieri, he felt pretty good. But even so, Limoges only up by 3 points. Well, I suppose it's kind of to be expected. You're not going to be turning on all the cylinders. And even the Limoges coach talked about that before the game, which is why they didn't want to hit the panic button even after an 0-3 start in France. But we're so used to seeing Manresa come out and really hit the court, hit the ground running, that it's unusual to see them have some of the struggles that they've had today. And, well, 20 minutes to go. We'll see if they can put it right. But Limoges up by 3 points. Second quarter action underway here in Limoges. It's Limoges leading at 38-35 over BAXI Manresa. Yegete, Hawkins, Long, Rodriguez, and Govins on the court for the team in yellow for Limoges. And Long comes out and misses with his first attempt from three-point range. Harding, Perez puts it up from deep, misses, and Hamilton battling away, and they're going to call a foul on Limoges. Valette didn't get too many minutes in the first half, back in the game. Here's Harding from deep. And Valtonen kept it alive. Hamilton can't get it to drop. They stay with it. And Valette gets it back, puts it up and in. So the AmeriCup winner with Argentina this past summer cuts that deficit to just 1 point. They led by as many as 8 points, Limoges. Right now it's 1 against BAXI Manresa. Yegate goes up and gets the rebound off of the miss from Hawkins. Here's Hawkins again. This time he puts it on the deck, and the foul called on Valtonen, but they're not going to give him the basket. He is definitely a threat, Hawkins, offensively. Govins gets in the paint and continues to pour in the points for Limoges. He's got 12. Hamilton, we're just having a tough time tonight. Open from the wing, no rebound. That's one of the issues when he goes out and puts them up. You're missing one of your best rebounders. Govins, meanwhile, goes down. Good box out that time from Hamilton to keep Yegate off the glass. Harding goes to his right and gets it to drop. He's got 11 points. That's now leading his team. Perez has 10. And back to a 1-point game. Desi Rodriguez misses everything. Valtonen thought about making the skip pass, but elected not to. Gives it over to Harding. There he is, Perez. Well, you can't blame him for taking it. He's been pretty good tonight from three-point range. Both teams starting cold from long range, though. 0 of 4 each in this quarter. Desi Rodriguez, and the foul rather, has been called on Valette. Well, Valette had a lot of basketball, but I think he also had his other hand, his offhand, on the driver, and that might have got him that foul. So Rodriguez makes the first. And Harding loses it out of bounds. Long to Yegate. Oh, nice runner, and there the follows Rodriguez. Back up to a 4-point lead for Limoges. And the pass thrown right into the hands of Yegate. And then on the break, good hustle back from Valtonen to get the block. And Valette, his pass, back out to the wing, and it goes off of Perez's hands. Good hustle back on defense from Limoges. Third turnover in this quarter from Manresa. Long from the left. That's a mistake leaving that man open. Boy, Nicola Long can hit him out from a long way. It's back to a 7-point advantage. He's got 12. Pass intended. Oh boy, somehow it got to Hamilton and he still missed the layup. He just can't get it to go tonight. Had a chance for a 3-point play. He's going to have to settle for a couple of free throws. Look at this. Well, in fairness, he did get hacked on his left arm, so maybe it wasn't as easy as it looked when you slow it down and look at it. This is the guy that's got to really fire for Manresa this season if they're going to be a factor. Hamilton makes the first and the second. Harding guarding Govins. Govins brings it across. Very pretty even game, although Limoges have got their noses up by 5. And offensive foul called on Schilling. Perez stepped right in front of him, and here's Garcia. He played well in the first half. Harding for 3. And the pass gets away, but Garcia not quite able to chase it down. Shot clock does not reset, and Desi Rodriguez flies in and puts it off the glass and in. Garcia almost losing his handle. And the shot clock is out, so that's why they've stopped play. So they want to go back and look at the video just to see what they can discover in terms of where the shot clock might be. In the meantime, you know, you look at this Limoges team and they seem pretty upbeat, enthusiastic about where they are in this game. It'd be a huge win for them, considering their start to the season. So anyway, we're going to try to listen in to these referees. Well, it looked like the shot clock ran out, bizarrely, with about a second or so remaining. It was almost as if they completely lost track of time, Manresa. Okay, so in fact, they're going to say 11 seconds. So I'm not sure that they started it correctly at the very beginning. But even so, they've stopped, they've looked at it, and they decided there should be 11 seconds on the shot clock. So Garcia, 5 on the shot clock now. Harding spins, the defense from Graves, and has to put up a prayer. And boy, it has been tough going offensively for this Manresa team tonight. Long missing. That was short. Now a chance to break, and Valtonen drives in. And Valtonen, I think, fortunate to get the foul called on Rodriguez. Let's have a look. Looked like they had it pretty well covered. Here we go. Nevertheless, Valtonen goes to the line. Rodriguez picks up his 3rd foul. Been one of the better players tonight for Limoges. And the Susiyingi forward, Valtonen, misses with his first attempt. I mean, the best thing you could say right now for this Manresa team is they've still got 13 minutes or so to figure this out. But they do not look like they are in sync at all. Oh, what hustle. What a great play from Marcus Lee, tapping in the second missed free throw. So they end up getting 2 points down that trip anyway. Three-pointer, and Valtonen with the rebound. Garcia. Perez, good. How about that? Tyson Perez. It's not just about driving for him, and he cuts it back to a 2-point deficit. Quick pass down low, and the foul called on Marcus Lee. But not a bad foul considering it's only their 3rd team foul in the quarter. Schilling would have had a wide open layup. There is Lee following up, and yes. Oh, so it was Perez that tapped it in. It wasn't Lee, it was Perez. So nice sequence. Perez hit that, and then he hit the 3-pointer. And it's going to be Manresa basketball, and Limoges kind of losing their way a little bit here late in the 3rd quarter. Wojciechowski had that wide open look. And I'm guessing that Coach Martinez can hardly believe that his team has a chance to tie it with the way things have gone tonight for his Manresa outfit. Branko Badio back in the game. He's a good shooter. He hasn't put anything up tonight. Here's Perez again, another one, and the work, and unfortunately for BAXI Manresa, Marcus Lee not able to rebound that miss. Now Limoges, you'd think that they're going to have to get something good trying to go into the basket. They did so well getting the ball in the paint. Much better. And they pass it around long. Oh, yeah, that's good. Well, they'll settle for that. Although sometimes when you're struggling, you like to go inside regardless. Long there for the pick up the basketball. Long passes it back out to the perimeter. Graves hands it off. Wojciechowski goes up for the dunk. Great patience. Or that was Schilling, excuse me. I thought it was Wojciechowski. Here's the drive, and Perez almost with a chance for a three-point play. But the foul has been called. So yeah, at the other end, it was actually Schilling that had the dunk. And of all the players in this Manresa team right now, I would not have anticipated Tyson Perez from all of a sudden becoming the man of the moment. But that's exactly what he has been in this third quarter. Followed up the missed free throw and scored with the putback. Then he hit the three-pointer, and here he is getting to the free throw line. And the former Andorra man makes the first. Takes his time and does not make the second. So still a three-point lead for Limoges. Minute and a half remaining in this third quarter. They've been a little bit shaky, but they're still have their noses in front. And the foul called will put Hawkins on the free throw line. Bortolani a little bit out of place defensively. Hawkins makes the first. You think with Bortolani, he did come in and make that three-pointer in the first half, but has not looked like the Bortolani that we saw last season. You wonder if there's going to be some adjustment period for him in this switch to Spanish basketball, to Manresa. So another turnover. Manresa give it right back to Limoges, who have possession with a 5-point lead. Beat Granada at the weekend, having lost earlier in the season. Here we go, and now the turnover, and you can see that the Limoges coach is not best pleased with his team's inability to get the basketball across midcourt. Cancellieri trying to maintain a positive outlook, but definitely frustrated. Here's Bortolani, and that was long. Now quickly out of the gate, Limoges. Graves. Perez doing a good job. Schilling catches and puts it up and in. Garcia. Schilling has 10 points. The guys that I really expected to come to the fore tonight, Badio and Bortolani, especially offensively for this Manresa team. I don't know if it's they don't feel comfortable in the system, or they just haven't figured it out yet. But the guys that I didn't expect, Garcia and Perez, to really be leading the way. Here's Clark called for the foul, his third. So Marcus Lee goes to the line and scores. This is his first point of the game, if you can believe it or not. Almost 13 minutes of action. Takes his time and makes the second. And what a turnover that was, and Manresa take full advantage. So Long, guilty of the bad pass. Back to a three-point game. Govins to Long, into the corner, Graves, and right at the end of the quarter, good box out by Lee. So with that late turnover in Bortolani basket, BAXI Manresa have been able to pull back to within 3. It's Limoges on top, 54-51 at the end of 3. So Manresa getting a lot of their stuff at the free throw line. You can see a lot more free throws. This game's still wide open. Some poor play from Limoges at those moments there at the end. Govins came out though and scored early on in that second quarter. In that second half, he's got 12 points, just like Nicola Long. Harding was able to pull up and hit the short jump shot. Yegate missing, but there was Desi Rodriguez, and then Long hitting one of his threes tonight. But you can't help but feel that this Limoges team should be up further than what they are right now. Tyson Perez taking center stage, hitting that three-pointer. Tyson Perez with 6 points. And then you had Schilling going in scoring. And then Graves handing it off to Schilling for that dunk. And it all adds up to a 54-51 lead here. Limoges on top of BAXI Manresa at the end of 3. Third quarter action underway, and Lee with the rebound. Now Bortolani missing off the front of the cup, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. So Graves is going to go out. Manresa have not had a great game tonight. They will be really thrilled just to be down by 3 points right now. They haven't played well. Here is a three-pointer, and they've tied it up. Branko Badio, the player that we anticipated that would be a factor, finally comes out and drills a three-pointer. It's his first attempt. Wes Clark trying to get the basketball, the bounce pass to his teammate, but it was kicked. So 14 on the shot clock here, 9:07 remaining. Govins back outside, Desi Rodriguez. And they call the foul on Schilling. Third foul, Gavin Schilling. That's definitely not a player that you want to have off the court if you're Limoges. But you can see he was scrapping away. Great job. I mean, it's the type of thing with Marcus Lee. He's not scoring a lot of points, but he's making plays like that, making sure he's boxing out. And he gets Schilling out of the contest. And now BAXI Manresa with a chance to take the lead. Garcia being hounded by Govins. Gets it off to Bortolani. You just had Badio hit a three. You got to find him. Here he goes. And offensive foul on Lee. So all square, 54 apiece, 8.5 minutes remaining. And the foul indeed was on Marcus Lee, trying to set the screen. Govins, shot clock about to expire. He puts it up, and Lee with the rebound. And Limoges have gone cold here in the second half, but Badio and Manresa in a little bit too much of a rush, perhaps. Throws it out of bounds, gives it right back to Limoges. Trying to get something in transition, something easy. But instead, they turn it over. Yegate, bounce pass, wasn't quite where it needed to be, and now a pass up ahead again on the break, and this time they converted as Bortolani, and he is fouled. What a play, what a drive. And really what you have to salute there is the pass. Look at him whipping it up the court, and Bortolani knows what to do with it. Great play by Garcia, who's been really good tonight. And Garcia, you know, when they played last year, he was with the team, but was not even on the roster when they played in the Final Four. So he's really showing what he's made of. He had a really good experience last year. Now he has a more prominent role.
Head is okay for come off and attack. If there's nothing, give the ball on the low post. Use shoulder as well, always guard it from Bortolani. Either we have to go simple. We have to do simple now. 3-1, pick to attack immediately, not to wait. And that's not what you have to do. It's not the assist that we need now.
Hey, we need to get back now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on.
Well, you know, this would be a devastating loss for Limoges if they were to fall having led by as many as 8 points in this game, and you really felt like they were on top in this game. But they allowed Manresa to hang around, and the execution just hasn't been there for Limoges in the second half, and now they're trailing by 3 points, and the pressure falls on them. And you want to see Govins really get as many touches as possible, and you also want to set up Long for as many opportunities as you can get from him. If you can win ugly, if Manresa can get a win tonight, it would be an ugly win. And boy, that's a sign of a team that has a lot of potential. Lee's been terrific. He's got 4 fouls. And if he's only got 2 rebounds and 2 points, he has done a lot of the dirty work out there tonight. And Hamilton now comes back into the game. It's time for the big fella to deliver. Limoges almost turning it over. Here's Long for 3. And the basketball goes out of bounds. Garcia brings it up the floor. The point guards of Manresa have been part of the story tonight. The play of Perez and Garcia. They're driving in and laying it up and in. Well, that was a good strong move from that man right there, Hamilton. They've needed that all night long, and now the lead has gone to 5. Still plenty of time for Limoges. Graves gets swatted as he takes it inside. Bortolani picks up his 2nd foul. And yes, you would much rather Graves go to the line to earn this rather than giving up a layup. So he takes his time and makes the first.
That's a charge, and this one is a switch. Jesse Rodriguez, good for him. Haydi, on offense. Try one time weak. Listen, keep playing man to man, but we gotta press. We lost totally the rhythm. Stay up, okay? Get the point guard. You get the point guard, you get the truth, okay? Tell me if it's clear. We keep pressing. Next section is 10 to attack. Second action is weak. Okay, you're playing the 3 now. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's stay positive. Take the elbow. Hey, every time Desi will get this spacing, he's not down anymore. So pass to him or pass out. Okay?
Yeah, attack.
Let's go.
Come on,
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
So here they come, and it is Govins bringing it back to a 5-point game. Now Garcia has it. And the hands up, forcing the turnover. Long has it. On the baseline, they get it back to Desi Rodriguez, and somehow, some way, they avoid the turnover, and unfortunately, they foul Harding with 5:50 remaining. So Rodriguez picks up his 4th foul. I think this is where they're really good, Govins. When he has the ball in his hands and he's attacking the basket, when he's getting his feet wet, good things are happening. Yekate goes out. And tried to make the pass. Hamilton trying to get it to Valette. Harding dribbles in, hands it off. Hamilton, big shot down on the baseline. 64-57, 7-point advantage for Manresa. 8 points on a very difficult night for Hamilton. So now they've called a technical foul on Harding. What did he say? No, they're saying that he flopped. An exaggerated movement trying to get the charge called. I can understand the frustration from Pedro Martinez, and I'm wondering if that's a point of emphasis, the flopping. Because they also had one called last night. I was watching one of the games. So Desi Rodriguez, he has the 4 fouls, but he's also at the free throw line and missing a very important free throw with 5:14 remaining. He makes 1 of 2. They're shooting right around 70% on the night. Manresa outscored Limoges 13-5 in this 4th quarter. And it is important to note that Manresa over the limit. Here's Harding, takes it in the paint. They battle away for the basketball. And Manresa might have gotten away with a foul, but at least they get the break. Limoges, and they do, and they score. And now it's a 3-point game. Suddenly you feel like this Limoges team playing with a little bit of a sense of desperation, and is helping them getting out on the break.
close on shot, okay? Now pecho, okay? Chest, okay? Chest. Setting good screens, okay? See, with patience, okay? Maybe you go for the flat, and then change side, okay? If they follow, okay? Vale? See? The problem is if they score too easy, okay? Vale? Venga, vamos, va.
Well, it feels like Martinez, whenever he has his timeouts, he's not drawing up a sophisticated play. It's more about talking about the basics of setting screens, of making good passes, of getting back and playing defense and not giving away easy buckets. And I suppose when you call a timeout like that, you also kind of want to stop the flow of the game that's suddenly, gone in favor of Limoges. Right now is Manresa leading it by 3 points. Coming up on the 4.5-minute mark. Perez back in the game. He was big time in the first half. And Bortolani missing from 3-point range. They keep it alive, and Manresa get lucky. The ball goes off of Limoges, who had numbers under the basket but couldn't rebound the basketball. Boy, what a crucial game. You think about, in the grand scheme of things, in this Basketball Champions League campaign, also you think about the tough start that Limoges have had. For Manresa, if they were able to get a win tonight, what it would do for them on the road, clearly nowhere near where they want to be in terms of playing, they're not close to the finished article. A long way to go. Here's Harding putting it up and hitting the three-pointer. Well, that was a big shot. 5 points, the advantage. This is the guy that has to have the ball in his hands, Govins. He's been tough. He gets it to Long. Top of the key. Now Desi Rodriguez gets down low on the baseline. Gets it back to Graves on the baseline. Much better. And Graves, Rodriguez, and Govins attacking the basket. This Limoges team is much, much better. Or they're much more successful. 3.5 minutes remaining. Harding is the go-to man here. He puts it up from 3. It's good! Ice running in his veins, Harding. That was a big-time shot. Third three-pointer of this fourth quarter for Manresa. Harding with 13 points. Rodriguez, nice pass. Hamilton commits the foul and sends Graves to the line. That's just great hustle by Graves. Perez overplaying, trying to deny him the ball or go for the steal, so the best thing to do is to cut to the basket, and Hamilton has to commit the foul. I think in a way you're almost playing into Limoges' hands, though, by playing that type of gambling defense by Perez, because it's allowing Graves to do what he does really well, and that's attack the basket. But from Manresa's standpoint, you understand they're trying to make a frenetic type of chaotic game. They think that they're going to benefit if they turn it into that type of helter-skelter contest. Those are the loyal fans that we've been hearing all night. Are they going to be rewarded with a win? Both free throws, huge free throws, and Graves clearly a player that has to have touches when Limoges attack. Perez over to Hamilton. Wisely brings it back, gives it to Perez. Now shot clock about to expire. Hamilton, that's off, missed everything. Good defense by Limoges, and you feel like maybe, just maybe, Manresa trying to play to take time off the clock rather than to run a good offense. Govins. And another drive, and it's Rodriguez this time. I think Manresa just need to play. They need to attack. Stop worrying about the clock. There's Harding. He bailed him out with a big three-pointer a minute ago. Oh, somehow he was able to get it there. That's much better. And they get it into Hamilton, who puts it up and in. Great recognition from Perez out on the perimeter to pass it to the big fella. And this time it was Limoges that were called, that paid the price for gambling. Govins for three. And now you might want to think about taking time off the clock. Make this Limoges team work on defense. You're just going to settle. You're happy to take time off the clock if you're Manresa. Now you got to get into it. You want to try to get a good shot. Harding waited almost too long, and Perez, boy, that would have been a dagger, but nevertheless, they get the offensive rebound crucially. So a new 14. It's about to expire, and this time they turn it over. Long for three. Good. Wow. Probably the one player you cannot afford to leave open out on the perimeter. That's what he does. He's not going to make them all, but he's going to make enough to where you got to guard him. And that leads to a timeout for Manresa. Well, that's Nicola Long's third three-pointer of the night. He's 3 of 8 from deep. His team is 6 of 24. But you just knew that was going to go in right when it left his hands. So with 52.8 seconds remaining, Manresa clinging now to a 1-point advantage. So full court pressure by Graves, guarding Harding as he brings it up the floor. Perez back to Harding. Is there going to be some type of dribble and then dish from Harding? Shot clock winding down. It's going to be Perez. It's going to be open out on the wing. Oh, that was big time. That was big time. Tyson Perez, not for the first time tonight, hits a big three-pointer. His second three of the night. He's 2 of 4. And talk about an X factor. He fits the bill. 9 points, 3 rebounds, and he has just hit the biggest shot of the game. Well, Harding found his teammate open. He had his feet set, and Long, who flew past him, knows what it's like. He's a three-point shooter himself. He's like, I got to get a hand up, but he couldn't get out and guard him, and that's the big difference. And it's like shooting a free throw, wide open. .4 seconds. Well, they try to go quick here so they can try to get the basketball back. I think they just got to work for a good shot. Long, well, he puts it up and gets it right back. Well, that was a long three. I mean, you can't fault the Manresa defense on that one. That was big time from Long. Manresa up by 1. Limoges can't just let him dribble around. They're going to have to commit a foul or go for the steal. And they do indeed. They foul Perez. So Govins puts Perez. No, they're not going to be on the line yet. They've still got fouls to commit, and a little bit of a breakdown here, not realizing how many fouls they had to give or how many fouls short they were.
Giordano, go for Elias. Okay. Yes.
Probably gonna foul right away.
Yeah, but hey, first of all, okay, they are going to foul, okay? They are going to foul. Then, Danny, you have the ball here, okay? See? Then, Jerry, you are here, okay? And set 2 screens, 4 and 5, okay? For him. And Giordano, you are here, okay? Cut here to give a passing line, okay? I want this passing line and this passing line. And Justin, after the screen, come back. Okay.
Maybe you can go over him and come, and then he goes.
Okay.
Yeah?
Tú te agarras a lo contrario.
Si can pass
Okay. When the ball is inside, give a passing line. Okay, give a passing line. But they are going to foul for sure. Okay.
Let's go.
He's going fast, Corleo, and you go.
Well, Long has hit 2 3-pointers in the last minute. Now, the problem they've got is they're going to have to commit another foul, another 2 fouls with 10.4 seconds left, so they can't mess around. I mean, you need to foul immediately. It doesn't matter who you foul this time. They're not shooting free throws. If you don't get the steal, go for the foul. There you go. So 9.3 seconds. Also, maybe they did only have 1 to give. I thought they only had 3 team fouls. So apologies. So he does shoot free throws. Bortolani, and Bortolani tonight has made his only free throw attempt. So the Italian goes to the line, and the Italian coach of Limoges looks on, hoping that his compatriot misses, but he makes the first. Now, if he makes this one, you would think Manresa is going to foul before Limoges attempt the 3-pointer. Let's see. They're going to try to take time off the clock, and then they're going to commit the foul. Although it could be a risky strategy to foul and put them on the line to make 1 and then intentionally miss the second and try to score with a putback, but we'll see. I'm guessing they're going to try to let as much time go off the clock as possible before they commit a foul. Here goes Govins. 5 seconds. Oh no, they don't get the foul. He puts it up, and Manresa lives dangerously. Govins could not have asked for a better look. So 1 second left, and Manresa, all they have to do is inbound it, and that is going to be it. What a win for BAXI Manresa tonight. They did not play well. Limoges, it seemed like they had them right where they wanted. They had all the momentum, and then halftime came, and BAXI Manresa, especially in the fourth quarter, played much better. They win it 76-73 over Limoges. Well, you look at the numbers, 2 more threes for Manresa, 3 more makes inside the arc for Limoges, and the free throws. And it just really felt like Limoges were, they were working, they were getting good shots down low, and they kind of lost their way offensively in that second half. And Manresa, playing with that sense of desperation, were able to come back and win it. Harding, Bortolani, and Hamilton with 16, 13, and 10 respectively. But if you ask me who the MVP is of this game, I say it's Tyson Perez. He came out and hit some big shots, made some big plays as an X factor tonight. And I don't know, Limoges, they're going to go back to the locker room and they're going to have to figure out why they lost this game tonight, because this was a game they could have won and maybe they should have won, and their execution was not there.
Nico, probably mixed feelings because it was a great game, it was a great team effort, and then you're just short for one possession.
Yeah, I think it was a great fight, great way of play for us after a big loss 2 days ago. We show up, we react, but it's still a loss, so we need to keep the same way of play for the next game and take the win.
It's still a loss, but it's somewhat hopeful for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, it's hopeful, I think. The difference between a team like them and us right now, it's just some details, some big shots. But honestly, it's a great team, and it was a big fight for us.
Thank you. Thank you. Jarek, I guess you're right now satisfied.
Very satisfied. We have a lot to work on, but the word for the day is resiliency. The last 2 games we fought really hard and we ended up coming out with the win. The game is full of ups and downs, and we went through a lot of downs tonight. We couldn't shoot the ball, turnovers. We let them get a whole bunch of offensive rebounds, but we stayed resilient and we fought and we came out with the win. I'm happy.
And about you, I mean, you kept the best for the last part, right? You took a couple of big shots and you make those shots.
I just owe it all to my coaches and my teammates. They just instilled that confidence in me. They kept my head up. I missed a lot of shots in the first half that I usually make. And they just kept giving me confidence. They told me to keep shooting, and eventually, when the time came, the shots went in, and I didn't hesitate. So, I owe it all to them.
Optimistic for the rest of the season?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is just the beginning. We have a lot to work on. We're still putting, the pieces together. And just for us to show the fight that we showed tonight, I'm really excited, and we're going to keep improving every day. So,
just one word about you. I mean, it's a new team, new culture. What are your personal goals, and are you happy about the way you can give back to this team?
I'm really excited about this year. Big transition going from the Czech Republic to Spain. Spanish league, of course, is a really, really tough league. But yeah, I think I've been doing well as far as adjusting, and coach has pretty good confidence in me. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here, man.
Thank you. Good one.
Well, Limoges dropping a very big game at home tonight, and you just don't know what the ramifications of this are going to be, because they came in, they're trying to be patient, they're trying to build, but they took on a Manresa team that really, you felt like this Limoges team was really in a much stronger position. Certainly at halftime, you also felt like with the way the coach came out, he was happy where they were. And Manresa coming out with so many new players, including Jarek Harding, including Tyson Perez, including Marcus Lee, including Justin Hamilton. Giordano Bortolani. So, this is a team that is trying to find itself and just didn't look up to the races, but they were able to, make some big plays. Hit that big three-pointer there, getting that big three from Badio. Hamilton driving in and scoring. And you really feel like with Hamilton, he's, again, I keep saying this, but he has to be a player that is going to lead this team in many respects. And Bortolani is a player that potentially could come out and have another big season, much like he did last year when he played for Treviso. I really like the play of Govins, of Graves, of Rodriguez. And in a way, you feel like this team, this Limoges team, needs to play to their strengths because when they've got the basketball and when they're playing out there and attacking the basket, they're a much more formidable team. And just felt like they kind of lost their way there in that second half. Also, Hawkins, they want to push it as much as possible. That was Graves hitting that shot on the baseline. And of course, Long, who is reliable. He's going to get you the 2 or 3 3-pointers. He's going to score you anywhere from 12 to 20 points. You want to keep him involved in the offense, but it's a very tough loss for Limoges, especially considering how things have gone for them at the start of the season in France. So BAXI Manresa win it 76-73 here in Limoges, France on game day 1 in the Basketball Champions League.